Hello ka Investa. This is our second episode for Investagrams Trading Cup updates. And as promised, we have a guest for today. She's Mariah Florence Czarah Cruz, and she graduated from De La Salle University. Course is Political Science. She's also the top of her class and magna cum laude. She's working as a sales trader and head technical strategies for 2Trade Asia. So what brought you to the world of the stock market?
Naku, medyo dramatic yan So, I'll try to simplify everything. So, I took my degree, undergrad sa DLSU, political science. So, a lot of people are saying na, really, technician ka, tapos ang course mo, Bachelor of Arts. Kasi may notion sa market na dapat kapag fundamentalist ka or technician ka, at least ang course mo, management of financial institutions, or accountancy, accounting. So for me, what brought me here would be first yung course ko. So I specialized during that time, I think I was already taking my majors. Tapos may course kami which I really loved, quantitative politics. There we were taught yung R, statistical data programming language. So dun ko na-encounter yung candlestick. So from that point on, my father would see me every day na gising ako up until 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning, tapos ang class ko the next day 7:30 or 8. Hail from Malabon, so it's far. So yung commitment that I give into it every single day kasi I fell in love with it. Talaga you can see it. Ang learning ko when it comes to TA was very organic. So ibig sabihin, nobody taught me, nobody gave me a shortcut. I had to learn it the hard way. And then one day while we were driving home, my father gave me yung parang clipping sa newspaper. Yun pala yun yung quote page. Sa business page, yung mga last traded price. And then he told me na this might be good for you. Kasi nakikita niya yung mga itsura ng mga charts that I was building during that time. It's just that I was dealing with a different type or data set.
Pero were you trading as well?
Not yet. So nauna ako naging technician bago ako naging trader. So he gave me that, and then without knowing na my father pala, he already searched or researched on the things that I could do with what I was doing. So, may apprehensions ako from the start kasi sinabi ko talaga sa kanya, how can I do this? I don't have the background. I don't know trading. Parang during that time, just like yung apprehensions ng mga new traders, what are those symbols? What do they mean? What are these numbers? So, after graduation, let's move on sa story. I was offered a job sa bank. So, doon nag-start. Kasi from political science to bank, wow, finance. And then from there, I worked as a management trainee. So, inikot ko lahat ng departments ng bank, including trust, treasury, operations, corporate, commercial banking. So, doon ako nagka-idea. So, parang sabi ko, okay, maybe pwede ko na start yung trading. Kasi my father was prodding me talaga to try it. Pero I didn't start in local equities though. I started with forex and commodities. And then after that, I have to leave the bank kasi I was supposed to go to law school. So during that time, I constantly found myself trading inside the class. Tas law school yun na, I'm at the back. Tapos, dala ko lang yung computer ko, laptop ko, or yung tablet. Nagtitrade ako sa likod. While natatakot kaming lahat kung sino yung tatawagin for recitation. So, that event, or yung realization prompted me na, okay, I'll be leaving law school. So, nung second year ako, pa-start na yung class, nasa class na ako nun eh. I just carried my bags and left. I told my classmate, yung friend ko na, Bud, alis na ako. I think this is not for me. Exact words. I carried my bag. Just before class, I left. And then, after that, what happened naman is I got a grant from Europe to take masters. Kaya lang, this was also the time that my father died. So, when I took the grant, I was thinking na probably it was the time for me to heal kasi I'm really Papa's girl. Diba I told you he's the person then to inspire me to trade. However, I took it to chance. So parang humingi ako ng sign. Kasi baka, am I just running away from something at that point in time? So what I did was, I applied to 1 or 2 local brokerages. Kasi I realized wala palang masyado nagsispecialize in forex trading and commodities locally. O the nearest would be the equities market. So after a day of sending my application, may nag-reply. Tapos in-interview nila ako, and then sabi ko sa sarili ko, pag natanggap ako in this job within a week, I won't leave. I will stay sa equities. So, true enough, they accepted me. So that started my journey as a trader. in with 2Trade Asia and FYAP Securities. And then, it is also here that I have met my mentor and boss. Medyo shy type siya, ayaw niya pa-mention yung name niya, pero is considered to be one of the best sales trader and dealer, which are the things that I'm also doing today. Tapos, the next step for me would be, kinukulit niya ako. Sabi niya, ako may license na, ikaw kailan ka ba? So, for 3 weeks straight, ginagawa niya sa akin yon. So, what I did is I applied for SEC certification, yung sa salesman exam, and then I just recently passed last July. And then the rest is history. This year lang. This year lang. Yun yung may 7 parts.
May mahirap yun eh.
Yes, exactly so. Tapos, now I constantly find myself waking up doing something that I like over and over again. So for me, this is not work, this is passion. And I think this is the one thing that I'll be doing for the rest of my life. Kasi when you get into the habit of trading, and when you come to love it not just as a source of money, but as a passion, it changes your view about the world. It changes your view about yourself. Especially technician ka rin, di ba? With technicals, we're dealing with people and emotions. Your fear is my gain, my fear is your gain, di ba? So, magkakaroon ka ng ibang take on everything. And for me, that's very, very important.
So what are your insights about the current condition of the market?
So now let us discuss the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. So based on last week's close and yesterday's close, the index was trading or closed below acceptable levels of moving averages. That is yung 20, 50, 100, and 200 moving averages, both in simple and exponential. And then, good thing today is that it is trading above MA20. I just hope that it will sustain that way para at least it will support my stance na sideways yung market, which we will discuss later. In terms of RSI, relatively it is bearish. Medyo nasa oversold, malapit tayo sa oversold levels at this point in time. And another point to consider is that from the last week of August of this year up until today, we are constantly and consistently in net foreign selling as well. And then yung volume na market is considerably subdued or low. So, in line with that, my call sa market would be it's still a sideways market in the medium term with the resistance at 7.4 and then 7.9, support at 6.9, 6.7 and then 6.4. So, that's the reason why sinabi ko kanina na important na mag-hold yung MA20 para at least it is above at least 7,000 levels. So, at this point in time, year to date, according to Bloomberg, the index already shed 17%. And then most ng blue chips natin is down, with an exception of 4, led by San Miguel Corporation, which gained 50% approximately year to date. But 4 out of 30 is not good enough. So does that mean medyo pessimistic na ako about the market? Not necessarily so. And should you invest now? Well, that depends. So if you're brave enough, katulad ng sabi ng mentor ko all the time, when there's blood in the streets, you ought to buy. And then what I can personally tell you is that when others are fearful, be greedy. When others are greedy, be fearful. So, right now, I can say na somehow, we're still a bit safe. So, quick observation pala regarding the market. As you can notice, may quick ins and outs. Usually, yung ganitong behavior in terms of technicals, nakita lang natin yun sa so-called basura stocks, correct? Pero kung titingnan mo yung movement ng index, from the point na diniscuss ko kanina up until now, parang pina-profit take ng mabilis, even index stocks and second liners. The reason being that most index stocks are listed companies rather, are trading on a sideways trend or a downtrend or a downward parallel channel. So, with that in mind, you'd know yung levels of support, dun ka magte-take up. And then levels of resistance, dun ka magbebenta. So, mabilis yung movement ng market. Considering also na syempre dahil others are viewing it as a bearish market, natatakot sila. So, kapag may gains ka na, technically, a gain is a gain.
So based on the current condition of the market, do you advise buying on the support instead of buying on the breakouts?
Right now, that will depend on which stocks you're going to take. Kasi there are stocks, what you have to consider when it comes to TA is that even if TA can be an overarching category or mode of analysis when it comes to buying and selling of stocks, each stocks mayroon pa silang somehow characteristics. So may mga stocks na ang favorite breakout, may mga stocks na favorite ang movement yan is from support tapos tuloy-tuloy na siya. Pero right now, what I would recommend really is to buy on support ng mga index stocks and second liners. For those, especially those for those people who are new in the market.
How do you celebrate wins and losses?
That's a tricky question. Kasi basically, most people who are exposed to social media while trading, they usually tell you just about their wins but never their struggles or their losses. Pero ako, medyo baliktad. Inuuna ko yung mga sad parts ng trading. So, let's talk about my losses. So, kapag ako malaki, lalo na pag malaki yung talo, what I would do first is to go back into my trading. What did I do wrong? Did I read the charts wrong? Meron ba ako na miss? Bearish divergence ba talaga siya kaysa uptrend? Stuff like that. And then what I do is that I journal or I jot down everything quantitatively and qualitatively. Qualitatively, I'd go blow by blow. So what was my thinking during that time? Driven ba ako ng emotions kaya ako nag-execute ng trade kaya ganun yung nangyari? Or masyado ba ako na-attach sa stock to the point na kahit na dapat cut loss ako, nandun pa rin ako? And then, on the technical side of things, because I am yung technical strategist of 2Trade and FYAP, I have to memorize the formations. So, para pag nakita ko siya ulit, kahit na others are saying na pwede to, pero parang when I commit it into memory, tas na-repeat yung scenario all over again, I can say na hindi maganda tong formation na to. There's a probability na it will lead to a downtrend or a correction of some sort. So, with that, it is important to note as well na I'm not just accountable to myself. So, I publish technical charts every day, at least 3 stocks in each day, every trading day. So, parang I recommend buy, sell, and hold to clients. So, I need to be as correct as often as possible. Though technical analysis is not a perfect science. But I'd like to keep my okay rates high. So, parang ganon. When it comes to wins, I don't have the concept na i-reward ko yung sarili ko, na withdraw muna ako konti, okay, 10%, reward sa sarili. No. So, what I do, same process, quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative, kasi usually ang problema ko kapag win siya, maaga ako lumalabas. So, meron pang upside potential na siguro dahil takot din ako or gain na naman siya, naiiwan. So, what I do is that, bakit maaga ako lumabas? So, meron bang ways para ma-identify ko sa future kung magtutuloy-tuloy ba siya consistently? And then, I just thank the person who inspired me to trade. That would be my dad. Kasi at the end of the day, I won't be here without my dad.
Do you have advice for aspiring traders and those who want to try trading as well?
Nako, there would be lots. However, I think I'll be simplifying it. So the first would be, I think the 3, let's start yung rundown ng 3. That would be confidence, conviction, and consistency. With confidence, the only way by which you can achieve it is to constantly learn and learn. So pag dumating yung point in time na marami ka nang nabasa and then you thought na kaya mo na lahat, you're wrong. Kasi what I learned about the stock market or the markets in general is that nobody can be the master of the market. Kasi when you do, it will constantly school you. We are forever students. So you must keep on learning until you get that confidence to execute your trades. Which leads us to the second one, conviction. Conviction not only to execute your trades, but also kapag cut loss period na, cut loss na. Kapag hanggang dito lang yung kaya mong mawala sa'yo, hanggang dito lang. Kasi at the end of the day, you should not let your trades execute you. You're the one who's supposed to execute your trades. And then yung pinaka-important for me would be number 3. That would be consistency. Kasi a lot of the people we encounter online, they're going to post yung charts nila and then yung mga earnings nila or yung capital gains nila without discussing yung mga many pains and struggles that they've encountered in the past. Yung mga losses na 30%, 40%. Kasi they want to give you the sense na ito lang, it's a constant win. But that's not the case. Pero the challenge for traders would be to consistently be profitable. And for you to do that, you have to go back to the first two. You have to always learn, and you have to always make sure na yung trading setup mo and your execution is up to par with your own standards. And at the end of the day, we are different traders. So what you might be saying or what I might be saying might not be suitable to your trading needs. Find yourself within the market. Ang laki-laki ng market. Find your niche, and then improve yourself along the way, and good luck. See you sa board.
What makes 2Trade Asia special?
So I think ang common na hindi alam ng tao about 2Trade is that we are the very first online trading platform in the Philippines. And aside from being the first, the reason why we've remained afloat throughout these years is that we endeavor to be the best. It's just that we kept on staying on the sidelines. Parang silent players of the game. Pero as you all know, we've built our strengths throughout the years, and right now we are ready to share what we have and what we know to the rest of you guys, to the traders and to the investors. And on my side of things, what makes 2Trade Asia so special is that it allows me to have a platform to share my ideas via the technical charts every single day. So, sa charting kasi possible na magkakaiba tayo ng perspective eh. What can be a buy for me can be a sell to you. Pero what I am proud boast with 2Trade Asia is that yung mga calls namin in the past, very fearless talaga. Second liners, third liners, index man yan or whatnot. I have a few stocks in mind. Sige, sasabihin ko na lang, diba? Okay, sabihin ko na lang din. So that would be Macro Asia, EMI, Tech, Heaven. So sideways pa lang yan. Even before breakout, strong buy na siya sa amin. As in, when clients ask us, what do you want us to buy? Ito talaga. Eh pag sideways, wala ka naman makikita eh. Tapos yung sideways niya pa, very narrow na parang walang masyadong movement. So we were one of the first few brokers to call. Yung mga malalaki talaga yung movements. Tsaka kahit sa index. I think what makes 2Trade Asia special also, and finally, would be it allows for creativity kahit na nasa financial industry. It allows for growth and freedom of expressions via, yun nga, the charts. So, even if kahit sabihin natin nasa finance tayo, they allow me to be a bit, aggressive or out of the ordinary. Kasi to be honest, kapag naman nasa industry, usually pare-pareho ng calls ang brokers eh, 'di ba? Pero with us, bakit yan? As in, may mga nakuha kaming calls, seryoso ka ba? Wala naman meron dyan eh. Wait ka lang. So yun yung expertise namin, I think, when it comes to charts.
Dako naman tayo sa mga rankings mga ka-investa. For the first place, it's Siak Attack with 42.36%. Next is Paloma with 33.34%. Kung makikita nyo, merong 9% gap yung dalawa. Then third place, si L to the A with 37.19%. Fourth place, the Vincent Trader with 36.59%. Crybaby with 36.40% in the fifth place. Sa 6 naman, si Igor Torogi with 25.92%. Kung makikita nyo, yung 3rd to 6 natin is medyo close fight pa yan. So magkakalapit lang sila. Then Anima with 24.06%. 8th place in Paul Michael Co with 23.61%. 9th place Anakin Skywalker with 22.83%. And last but not the least, Johan with 22.36%. So we have around less than 2 months na lang bago matapos ang trading cap, but anything can happen. So kung wala pa yung rankings mo dyan, don't lose hope. We look forward to seeing you dyan sa rankings na yan.